The Duke, who gave up royal duties to live in an £11 million mansion, said walking out can be a joy. But he was blasted for spouting out-of-touch advice. One royal expert said, "Not everyone has £30 million tucked away in the bank." It comes after Harry urged us all to imagine being a raindrop, while wife Meghan was dubbed Little Miss Forgetful for misleading a court. The Duke of Sussex, 37, spoke out yesterday in his new role as Chief Impact Officer, known as CHIMPO, for coaching and mental health firm BetterUp. He said in an interview, "A lot of the job resignations, amid COVID, aren't all bad. In fact, it is a sign that with self-awareness comes the need for change. Many people around the world have been stuck in jobs that didn't bring them joy, and now they're putting their mental health and happiness first. This is something to be celebrated." The multimillionaire's comments were met with a wave of disbelief, with some saying he has no idea how much hardship people face. Royal commentator Angela Levin blasted, "Harry is utterly out of touch. Not everyone has £30 million tucked away in the bank. I wonder if he'd give the same advice to people whose mental health is made worse by their marriage. Be quiet please." Paul Smith, 35, a bricklayer from London, told The Sun, "It's all right for him to say this when he's got his family's millions to fall back on. For the rest of us who have families to support, it's just not possible. We're all fighting to pay bills, the mortgage and all the other stuff. He's talking utter nonsense." Others warned his advice may backfire and damage workers' mental health. Former soldier Sabirah Lohn said, "If you are having problems in your job and are unhappy, talk to a professional. Please don't take advice from a dim-witted prince. Leaving your job without a backup plan and no income is going to worsen your mental health." Twitter should put a disclaimer on what H is saying. Psychiatrist Carole Lieberman, a neighbour of the Sussexes, said, "Unemployment, hunger, homelessness are much worse for mental health than sticking with a job until you get more education or experience to get a better one." Emmy Johnson tweeted, "Prince Harry has never had to worry about keeping a roof over his head or putting food on the table." Last month Meghan, 40, apologized to a court for making a misleading statement in a privacy case. She had claimed she did not contribute to a biography about her. Before it emerged she had asked an aide to pass on information. Piers Morgan took to Twitter to comment on Harry's half-wit comments in response to an article written on the subject. In view of his 7.9 million followers, the ex-Good Morning Britain presenter penned, "He really is a total half-wit." Many took to the comments to say what they really thought of the royals' latest actions. Flaxman said, "I don't think he realizes that normal people have to go to work in jobs they hate because they have bills to pay." 2T_2leaders_2 and added, "So after the worst 18 months of my career as a physician, should I just quit? That's not how the real world works. There are already staff shortages at all levels of healthcare. If we all quit, then what?" The Duke of Sussex famously left his job 2 years ago to live in California after departing from the royal family due to a lack of support and lack of understanding. Many took to Twitter to comment on Harry's embarrassing comment. Helen_Spirit1 wrote, "So, multi-millionaire Prince Harry, who has never held down a proper job in his life and has never had to worry about paying bills, says quitting jobs brings joy and it's actually good for self-awareness. Couldn't make it up, please someone, anymore, make it stop." Dishwork added, "Unfortunately, for an average person, especially one who lives paycheck to paycheck, one who doesn't have a trust fund, it's extremely hard. Joy is not always the goal, getting paid and providing for a family is."